Today we're in Polo, Illinois with Brian Carr of Brian's Precision Ag. Brian spent 20 years of his career as a truck driver before transitioning to becoming a spray drone custom applicator. In addition, he's also a volunteer firefighter. So today we're going to learn how Brian balances it all, made the transition, and just what his life is like as a spray drone business owner.
Yeah, so just tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into it, and what we're doing today.
So about, I want to say it was 23, I saw the drones on YouTube for the first time, and then did some research and ended up meeting Taylor Moreland from Agri-Spray Drones down at the Farm Progress Show in Decatur, Illinois. Talked to him and some of the other people there for a while and did about 8 months of research and business planning. Started with the T20P in 24. Last year we upgraded to 2 T50s and a bigger trailer, and it's been a wild ride ever since.
Yeah, so what are we doing today?
So today we're spraying 2 products from SprayTech and a little bit of their new adjuvant full-tech drone on some alfalfa. The product is geared towards increasing your tonnage between first cutting and second cutting to help increase productivity.
Yeah, and so from being a spray drone applicator, a volunteer firefighter, you're also a SprayTech dealer. So speak a little bit about how that helps you in your business and your knowledge education on the industry.
It just gives me another tool to help my growers with some of the specialty applications. We do a little bit of it for alfalfa, mostly for the DRAs. I really like their DRAs.
Yeah, well great, we're excited to see what you do today, so let's get started.
So today, because of what we're doing, we actually brought 6 batteries with us because I do have 2 T50s. We only have 1 here today. We use this little smaller trailer for a lot of our smaller jobs. Right now we're doing a 16-acre plot, so there's not a whole lot. Not a reason to bring out the big trailer.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take off, we're gonna map, re-land, and then get ready to start flying, putting on product and all that stuff. So I like to do a safety brief when I have extra people around just to make sure everybody knows what's going on. So today we're taking off from the back of the trailer. We're flying to the north of the trailer. This area should be safe over here to the south. I will call takeoff when I'm taking off. Everybody needs to be clear of the drone. I want everybody at least behind this trailer when the drone's taking off or landing. Products we are spraying today are non-corrosive. There's no major safety issues with them as far as first aid or somebody getting sprayed. Obviously, we don't want that happening. So we are spraying an AB down and back, and then we are doing a boundary pass. When we do the boundary pass, we will stay behind the trailer just to make sure everything's kosher.
My name is Steve Olson. I'm the Territory Sales Manager for Nebraska and also the Aerial Specialist for SprayTech USA. Like I say, I'm working for a company called SprayTech, about a 35-year-old company. Started off in Brazil and now we're in about 45 different countries. We create and manufacture our own adjuvants, foliar fertilizers, and we're getting into seed-applied nutritional products and also some biological health products. Yeah, full-tech drone actually came out about a year ago. It was first released actually in the southern hemisphere countries. I have to think about this a little bit. But it was released into Brazil and released into Australia is where it was first brought about. Came into the North American market about November, so a little bit too late for us to get into the market here for fall applied spraying. But now that what the product is, it basically has 5 components. It's got a drift component, it's got, or I should say an anti-drift component, it's got an anti-foam component, it's got a spreader sticker, it's got a little bit of water conditioning, and then it's compatibility agent. So those 5 things are what really make up the Fulltech drone product. Simple and easy to use. 1 to 3 ounces per acre, depending on what you're applying, if you're applying herbicides or if you're applying just fungicides. And so it's those 5 things that are helping to make the drone world a lot easier. Simple, one little product to use, and low use rate. Like everything else, you're always hoping that your product is the best at everything. There might be some people that believe our drift agent is probably the best thing and that's why they use it, but it brings other aspects along with it. Some people like it for the compatibility agent, and then they don't realize that it's got a drift agent in there, so they like that. It's very difficult to explain the technology that's put into this, but as being a 35-year-old company, we've got a little bit of experience creating adjuvants. Well, our Fulltech adjuvant, which was the first thing, and which I still use myself a little bit, but we've taken all that knowledge and we put it into the SprayTech drone product, and try to make it as best as we can for everybody that's using it.
One of the products we've used a lot from SprayTech now has been NutriKit plus Nitro for some of our alfalfa hay customers. We've had a lot of good luck with it, both in dry times and in wet times, where it has really helped them increase their tonnage with that. They've been very happy with it so far, and it has been phenomenal ever since. Very seldom do we have to add defoamer of extra when we use it, and as a drift control agent, it's been phenomenal. When we are using it just for drift control, sometimes we'll go down to as little as an ounce per acre, and it does phenomenal. We've been in 10 mile an hour winds with it and had a beautiful swath.
Many operators are used to creating their mixes, putting in all their adjuvants at the very last. As SprayTech, we said that even though it's on the label, and I know we're all good label readers, but we do forget things. But yes, that's one thing that we like to condition the water is what we're trying to do. We're trying to make those conditions within that water correct for you as an operator. And that's why we always like to have either our Fulltech in there in the tank first, or even the drone product in first to do what? Yeah, try and get that water to the correct pH, so that create the anti-foam condition that you're looking for. And then, like everything else, like I talked about, having that compatibility agent. We're always trying to do things correct, but we're also trying to learn from you as operators. You know, what can we do better? What's the one thing that maybe you're looking to do? Today we've got a little bit more wind today. Maybe there's about, I suppose it's about 10, 12 miles an hour. And to be honest, like everything else, we have to be on label with these things. But I think I tried to educate you guys last year of, as a professional operator, what is the one thing that you need to create for your growers? You know, what's the one thing that you really, really need out there every time you're spraying?
Consistency.
I think Brian was talking about that he had used our Nitro product. Yeah, the Nitro, you might be using at 20 ounces an acre, or maybe 25 ounces an acre, but that's about the highest use rate product we've got. Otherwise, our products like Cube, 4 ounces to the acre. A product like Fulltech K, 4 ounces to the acre with that. Even some of our earlier products that I had used, Fulltech plus foliar, 4 ounces to the acre. So low use rate products, like I say, designed to go into the drone? No, that was not truly how they were designed. They were designed because of logistics, being able to get a lot into a small area or in a small jug, and that small jug doing a lot of acres. And that was why those products were designed. Do they fit into the drone world? Absolutely. But the one thing they just need a little bit of water. So having that Fulltech in the tank, or having that Fulltech drone product within that spray tank or that hot mix tank, that's really what we need. You get that in there first, you make sure it's mixed around just a little bit, you put any of the SprayTech nutritional products in there, and they're gonna mix up really well, and you're gonna be off and running. And that's the best part. Put in any of your herbicides and fungicides after that, and things are gonna work well for you. Like I say, if there's ever any problem with that, you know, I need to know about it. I need to know what we're not mixing with. There are a few products out there. There's thousands of products between nutritionals or humic acids or the herbicides, the fungicides, any of the insecticides. There's a lot of products out there within the United States market. We're trying to mix with everything. I think we mixed with at least 98% of it. I'm really extremely happy with that. I've found very, very few times when I've had things that don't mix. But yeah, like I say, our nutritional products, the low use rate right there. The best part is I've got plenty of room in that spray tank still for a herbicide or an insecticide without having to go to a 3-gallon rate or a 4-gallon rate. I'm able to sit there and hopefully keep that drone operator as efficient as he can and get as much done in one day. That's sort of a universal product also. Like I say, the NutriKit plus Nitro, kind of a mixture. Of course, the Nitro says it all. That's one thing, is that it's got a nitrogen component to it, but then it does have that second component, which is the NutriKit. What's the NutriKit? It's a balanced blend of different micronutrients that are good both for the grass and the alfalfa. That's why we do have two different products. We've got the NutriKit plus Nitro, and we've got the NutriKit Zinc product. So we do have those two different options. But they are both, like I say, that base is that NutriKit portion of it. A little bit of the quote-unquote magic in there, but like I say, it's that mixture of micronutrients is what's helping out. And it's about 7 different micronutrients. And like I say, and then you've got your base rate, which is either your K or your Nitro to help out. But now you use the drone product in there also, or
in our applications, we haven't had to, because we've had good wind conditions, so we haven't mixed them. Because from what I remember, most of your products have a little bit of the Full-Tech, or, well, the base Full-Tech in there. So we don't really feel the need to run it most of the time.
And that's correct. And that's kind of where the Full-Tech name comes into a lot, is that we've got different components of the Full-Tech adjuvant within most all of our nutritional products, and also in the NutriKit products. That we've got some of those anti-foams in there to help out a little bit. We've got some of those anti-drift, or like I say, some of that compatibility agent. Because like I say, when we've got 6 to 8 different micronutrients within that product, yeah, we got to make sure everything is going to play well, and that's part of it. That's having, like I say, that SprayTech Full-Tech. Why the two different names? The Full-Tech, kind of that base to get everything going and make sure that's working for you.
So we have a trailer that we purchased last year from Biosphere Drone Solutions in Dyersville, Iowa. This is one of their Air Command trailers. As you can see, it has platforms that fold out, which we really like because it gives us a lot more area and to land and function with 2 drones, as well as safety because we don't have to get as close to the edge. Then we have a nice pilot area up here where we do all of our flight operations from. Then down below, like most double deck or flight deck trailers, is where we do all of our chemical operations and mixing and water and power generation. So today we're going to set it up. I like to extend my jacks. It just gives us a little bit of stability. The nice thing about these jacks is they go down one at a time, so that if you're on uneven terrain, you get a nice level raise. I like to give it just a little bit of a lift. It just makes the trailer that much more stable. And then we have a control to raise the platforms. These do have a check valve on them so that they're not going to sag during use or if you're sitting there all day spraying. So we run 2 electric pumps. So we have 1.5 inch that is our chemical pump. These are AMT chemical rated pumps. They are rated both for liquids and solids. So if we're doing water soluble powders or granules, we can do that. We have this one here. This is our dirty, and this is also our fill. So this comes out of our hot tank or mixed tank right here, goes up to a 3-way valve that helps control our pressures, which goes to a strainer and then up to fill the drone, or back down to recirculate into the tank. These are continuous duty rated pumps as well. Then we come back here, we carry 500 gallons of fresh water. And then we have a 1-inch pump back here that fills our clean water only, as well as a tank rinse, and pushes through our Niagara eductor up here that does a jug rinse and helps us load our chemicals into our hot tank. Then if we come around to the back, we have our drone storage. In here we currently have our 2 T50s that we use. We do have a scissor lift in here. These raise these up to the flight deck level. We've also used this in the past because it's rated for 2,200 pounds to stack bags of cover crop and bring them to the top deck as well. This year, we decided to rent a Cat diesel generator from Altoffer Power Systems instead of purchasing one, because we only need it for about 3 months. So it's a lot cheaper than buying one. We have that run into a breaker box up top, and then that breaker box runs to some outlets, to the pumps, and to our chargers. This trailer has been a great trailer for us, but because of the direction that our business model is moving, we're considering selling this at the end of the 26th season. Anybody can reach out, plug in our email address or whatever you want. It will come with a fuel cell. It does have a 100-gallon extra diesel tank on here for the generator. So as you can tell, we don't use a gas nozzle. They introduce too much foam. So we run 1.5-inch fill hose up here. And that hose is enough to reach out here to anywhere where the drone may land. Then we typically sit up there. We have our outdoor rated 200 amp breaker box that the generator feeds. We have 2 chargers. Chargers and batteries are stored for travel in the weather box up here. And then we have our cooler. That is the other nice thing about going from a gas generator that we used last year to a diesel. So much quieter. When we first started with the T20P, we used a really old borrowed car equipment trailer from my stepdad. We also have, as you may see in some other clips, a single axle enclosed utility trailer that we use for small jobs and early season work. So as you can see, one of our T50s is outlighted with Crop Flight's field beam light system. It has been a game changer for our night operations. We can see so much farther with it. We do plan to add a second one. We just haven't done so at the moment. We like it. We chose the Milwaukee adapter because we have a bunch of Milwaukee tools already, so we had the batteries. Very easy to install. It took maybe 5 minutes. Higher enough about them. We run the 5 amp hour Milwaukee batteries on it, and we get roughly 1 hour and 45 minutes of lights.
So how long have you been working with your dad?
This is my 3rd season with him.
So you've been with him since the start.
Yes.
What have you learned? Because you started like as a teenager and now you're an adult. And so what have been like some of your biggest learning things?
Well, we've learned how the prop wash from the drone helps to drive the product down into the canopy more, opposed to a crop duster or a helicopter during application. It's one of the things I've learned. And then I've learned some things about chemicals, herbicides, fungicides, some of what they do, stuff like that.
Whenever it comes to safety is something we're talking about today, what do you do to ensure that you are safe and then supporting your dad?
I keep my eyes on the drone a lot, making sure it's doing what it's supposed to do while he's watching the controller. So making sure it's not like near trees and stuff like that, any crash hazards.
Okay. Something else I want to hit on is he was on the road a lot as a kid and then quit his job trucking to come and fly a drone. And so that's a big change. And so what was that change like for you?
Him being out trucking a lot, used to be gone for 2 weeks or more at a time, and now that he's doing this, he's home every night and getting to spend more time with them, stuff like that. Betters our relationship all as a family.
What do you just think of the drones today? I mean, you guys have a T50 now, you had a T20P at one point. With everything that's coming out, everything that's out now, what's just like your views on the industry and the technology?
It's really just getting started, and I mean, there's a huge difference from when we started with the T20P opposed to the T50. I mean, we're able to cover more acres. I mean, we covered 2 times more than what we did our first year last year. So, and it's only getting bigger.
What are you most excited for in the future?
Bigger drones, but more efficient.
What has it been like? Have your like friends been interested in the technology, or like are there a lot of different spray drones in Polo or the surrounding areas?
We've seen other spray drones in the area. We've seen a few, and I have a couple friends that I graduated with last year that know of the technology and kind of are around it.
What's the biggest question you get?
Not a lot of people ask me questions.
Really?
No.
Okay.
No, most of the questions get asked to him.
Oh, okay.
Here in the next 2 years, we're going to start seeing U.S. manufactured drones. No more models coming from different countries and now being manufactured inside the United States and sourced from locally places that we know of. What are your thoughts behind that, and where do you see that going?
Well, it can go one of two ways. Really well or really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping for really well. I firmly believe we can build a quality, affordable product here in America. We just have to do it. We need time to catch up. Once we catch up, we'll have better. We just got to get there.
Yeah, the time to catch up is what's going to be really important, and it's where it's going to hurt a lot of people. But at the end of the day, I do think it is going to be beneficial for everyone involved, especially the growers that are asking for it. Because at the end of the day, that's who we're supporting. We're supporting the growers in this industry.
Yep.
Today we got to hear Brian Carr's story of Brian's Precision Ag in Polo, Illinois. And Brian's story is one of making it work, getting as close to agriculture as you can, and then finding what works for you so you can connect with growers. It's so exciting to see what he's done with the industry, specifically in safety and professionalism, and even with his software, AgriFlight Logs. And so we've been so thankful to spend time with Brian today. You can follow us along and we'll be sharing more soon.